This is a battle in the Cup of Nations tournament between TWR Danko commanding the Alans. Let's go over his build. He has or his army, I should start saying. He has 4 Germanic archers, 6 Germanic horsemen, 2 Germanic pikes, 1 elite Gotharsai, 5 Sarmatian warband, 1 Germanic noble. Very strong army and very tournament specific. For Achilles, the rules for this tournament is that the player is forced to bring the faction that he gets. He doesn't choose a faction, he gets a faction, and the faction that he gets, he's forced to bring that faction. For I don't know how many games, if it's for all of the games of one round or all of the games of the entire thing, but Achilles got the short end of the stick here, while Danko was lucky. Achilles has 5 step lancers, he has 5 Bosphorian warriors, and I think he has 1 Bosphorian infantry in here as well somewhere. Yeah, 1 Bosphorian infantry. Then he has 6 Uar warriors and a triple gold steppe chieftain. So, knowing that the Huns cannot compete, ironically, the Huns cannot compete with anyone in terms of cavalry. The Huns have the best sword infantry in the game. So, we have that. Now, the Uars are heading for nerf. We'll see if it actually happens. Quite a few of you have asked me to do a video about my impressions on the patch that's going to be hitting, and although I know that is something a lot of people watch, a lot of people like to watch those types of videos, I do not enjoy making them. I do not. The main focus of my channel is never going to be to function as a news channel for the Creative Assembly. Not because I have any ill will towards the Creative Assembly, or because I think the people who do that are bad, but simply because that's not what I enjoy doing. What I enjoy doing is testing and finding out how things actually work, not how I think they might work if the patch notes are correct. In the past, we know that the patch notes are about as reliable as the encyclopedia. So if you make a video about the coming changes and think that's going to be indicative of how the game is going to evolve and how the game is going to play out and look, like, oh, this is going to be the new best unit, or this is going to be the new best unit, then you risk making an absolute ass of yourself. And while I do enjoy making an ass of myself on some occasions, just not regarding things like that. It has to be funny at least. And I also think that making too much content that is basically void of content, and what I mean by that is content that is just talking about something that isn't in the game, or talking about something that you know a lot of people are interested in, but it doesn't have any substance. I mean, it's fine if you have your YouTube channel mainly for wanting to get a lot of views and make some money off them, get a lot of subscribers. That is probably a smart thing to do. Like making a bunch of videos with the title Blood and Gore, with blood and gore in the title, is probably a good idea, even though blood and gore isn't in the game yet. I think that's a bit exploitative. Some people will call it view whoring. I call it exploitative. And it's absolutely fine. If people like watching those types of videos, and if people enjoy making those types of videos, I mean, I have no qualms about it, but it's not what I enjoy doing, so I'm not going to do it. So those are the reasons why I'm not going to make any impressions videos without having actually seen and tested and tried the changes in the game. And that is also why I didn't ask the Creative Assembly for a preview copy of the game, of Attila, because considering the amounts of views I have and had during the months up until the release of Attila and after, It's fairly certain that I would have gotten a preview copy, but I didn't want it. I didn't want to apply for it, for the reasons stated. So, now the engagement is starting. We have Achilles getting, just about getting into the Germanic archers here, but the Germanic horsemen respond, chase away the cavalry of Achilles. Achilles has taken some damage by the Germanic archers. They are just so great for cavalry control, just pouring down the fire into the unarmored cavalry units of Achilles. And wow, there's so much damage being done here. Achilles focusing on one flank, while this flank over here is running a real risk of being too far away to participate in the battle. Here the steppe lancers are getting hit by javelins from the Sarmatian warband, and the steppe lancers get wrecked. Did manage to take out some cavalry units. Achilles is just focusing like a madman on this flank of Danko, trying to break it. But as he's doing so, he's taking a lot of damage. Danko isn't microing his units properly here. I hope this isn't the case of a desync, or replay corruption. This replay wasn't supposed to be corrupted. Over here, trying to charge in and stop the steppe lancers. The steppe lancers do get wrecked by the Sarmatian warband. Massive cavalry charge here by Germanic horse. Oh wait, nope, they actually didn't get a charge. They were stopped. So this is very good for Achilles. He's able to overpower one flank at a time. He's able to get into the skirmishers. Danko was very, very slow in responding here. He didn't get a cavalry charge into this very, very important blob here. But he might be able to run around and seal off the blob with his cavalry here. But Achilles is doing a very good job now with his steppe chieftain, charging into the backs of the noble and the elite Agathorsi. Friendly fire being done here by Danko. Steppe lancers getting attacked by Germanic horse. They're not going to have a good time. The elite Agathorsi and the Sarmatians charging in, close sealing off the blob here. But I think the Uar warriors are going to do very well for Achilles. But here's the problem. The steppe chieftain has taken a beating, and he is a few casualties away from just dying. Still a few archer units dealing damage. Danko is going to have some of his Germanic horse free pretty soon, if Achilles isn't able to rush in here and stop them. He is actually going to do that, so nicely done there. Noble Germanic horse dying on the disengage. Uar warriors are going to absolutely destroy Sarmatian warbands. And it will be very interesting to see if the Hunnic infantry is too much to deal with for the Alans. Ironically enough, you have the Alans with the cavalry advantage, you have the Huns with the infantry advantage. And yeah.
Thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
Ooh, is he dead yet? Yeah, there we are. The general is dead.
Our general is dead.
The Hunnic general is dead. So now Achilles is in a very difficult situation because he's sort of surrounded here. There are cavalry units free, and although Achilles has more men remaining, the men of Achilles are going to be dying a lot quicker, possibly because of the lack of cavalry. But the cavalry units of Danko are not in great shape. The Germanic horsemen, vanilla, don't have great morale. Sarmatians into Uar warriors. The Uar warriors are going to take that easily. Very nicely done here, getting into the archers with the Bosphorian warriors. A bit of a mismicro again there by Danko. I would like to know if Danko still plays on a tablet, because that might explain some of these, or a touchpad. That might explain some of these micro things that are happening.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
And now the cavalry of Danko is basically non-existent at this point. The Uar warriors are losing to elite Agathorsi and Sarmatians. Mostly a morale issue. Fear and the general being dead is not a good time. Here we have the Germanic nobles charging into the Bosphorian warriors. They should be able to do a good job there in the back. Bosphoran infantry killed off the Germanic horse. And wow, this is very, very close. The elite Agathorsi could potentially wreck a lot of these units. So over here, the Germanic noble is starting to cause casualties to the Bosphoran warriors. Bosphorans being attacked in the rear are going to die very quickly. And also rout very quickly. Good missile block chance on these guys. Flaming shot isn't going to be super effective against them. But against the Uar warriors, missile block chance of 25. One of the ways of killing these guys is just pouring the fire into them. And that's very effective. So you can see how little a massive infantry advantage gets you in this game. It's almost like the opposite, well, it is the opposite of Rome 2, where a massive infantry advantage was very hard to deal with. But in Attila, a massive infantry advantage is easier to deal with. You have longer range archers, most of all you have cavalry. And if you have the combination of infantry advantage, cavalry disadvantage, it's going to be very, very hard to do something about it. So it's almost like melee infantry is kind of useless in the current state of the game, because cavalry is just so good against them. And in my opinion, currently cavalry is too strong against braced infantry. Against infantry that is standing still and taking the charge, cavalry is way too strong. So another valiant defeat there by Achilles against Danko. Again, a very close battle. His Uar warriors do a good job. His step lancers are mainly speed bumps, but you can see the difference in kills here on the Germanic horse and the basically everything. Some of these Uars do an amazing job. The Bosphorans do well too, but the Huns are always going to be outmatched in skirmishing and outmatched in cavalry, and that's going to lose them games. And these elite Agathorsi, 294 kills, amazing job done by them. So the Hunnic infantry spam once again was just defeated. And the lack of cavalry in the late game is really what hurts this army, and what hurts the Huns, I think. So just to wrap up what I started talking about why I won't make like impression videos I might make preview videos, but only when I actually have the thing in my hands to preview, and I know it's going to be the version that is released to everyone. I don't want a version where I'm saying, well, I don't know, I have a preview version, I don't know how this is going to look in the release version, but at the time it's this and that. Again, nothing wrong with doing that. It's just that personally, I don't enjoy doing that, I don't like doing that, and that is hopefully never going to be the focus of my channel. Some people like to have those types of channels, and more power to them. If that's what they enjoy, then that is absolutely what they should be doing. The point of having a YouTube channel in the first place, at least again in my personal opinion, is to have fun and to make things that you like making. There is a lot of money to be made on YouTube. There isn't a lot of money to be made making Total War content. Total War is... there are so few people playing this game compared to the other big games, and making content for Total War games is basically a labor of love. It's not something that's going to make you a lot of money. It's not something that's going to give you a huge channel. It's just something that you do if you enjoy the Total War games, you enjoy historical or semi-historical war games, which is what I do. So, enough rambling. Sorry Achilles and sorry Danko for tarnishing your battle with my ramblings about totally irrelevant things. But I just wanted to say it. I have commented on it, but I just wanted to say it in case somebody wonders why I don't make very many videos about things everyone can read on the official webpage. The only exception being that I made a video about the torches being removed, because I just wanted a video to commemorate how idiotic the torches were. So that's it. Strength and honor.